If you're serious about investing in the growth of your company, you really need to consider Arsenal. They have generated a $9 million pipeline for us. And recently, in the past year, we've generated over $160,000, primarily in service revenue that wasn't there beforehand. So that's the most important thing you should consider if you're serious about growing it. And I challenge you to find somebody that can generate those kind of leads consistently and try to find them and hire them and recruit them on the open market. They deliver right away with quick results. My name is Paul, and my role is sales manager for commercial roofing and coating systems. And we started to work with the Arsenal team in 2023. I learned about Arsenal as I was looking for someone to help our team. And I did a search, and I'd heard reference to Arsenal in the market. And I went to their website, and I was really interested in the videos that they had posted about some of their team members. And I was impressed with what they said about their company and their work. And I called in to the switchboard, to the main phone system. And actually that day I caught the president, Aaron Asher, and he jumped on the call with me right there during his lunch break. And we got to go live onto their call center. And that's how I learned about the company. It was really a unique experience. It was the people, the feeling that I got right off the bat, that they hit on the key areas that we needed help with. They identified that really quick right from the beginning. And we felt just comfortable that that was the direction to move. And the contract worked out for us. We didn't feel like we were locked into a situation that we couldn't experiment with. It's been a really good experience. They deliver what they say they're going to deliver, and that's really key. The people we work with, they act as one of our team. We get a summary every Friday of all the activity that's going on, and they just feel like they're a team member of our company right from the beginning. Well, the relationship is we stay in close communication. We share leads. There's a back and forth, so we can contact them or talk to them anytime we need to. Specifically our business development rep who makes the calls for us is really engaged in our company and does his job excellently. The strengths that Arsenal has is that they focus on lead generation with the personal touch. They casually can get in to talk to a prospect over the phone and make them feel comfortable and get an appointment. I think that skill is very important, but it is the discipline to follow through. And sometimes it takes many calls and emails to get to that client. And so the focus and the discipline are what sets them apart from the other companies that we've worked with. Cold calling is not dead. When you get the right people on the phone that understand what they're doing, and they don't push and they don't pressure, cold calling is the way to get people to open up. And that's a unique skill. Somebody that practices it every day is different than somebody who does it part-time and goes and does an inspection part-time, and sometimes they have to, work with a client sometimes, but many skills and many jobs the typical roofing salesman has to do, and he's on the road a lot. You can't be efficient doing that. You need somebody who's focused and dedicated to the job, and their skills get better the more they do the work. We've worked with Matt right from the beginning, and it's very comfortable to talk to him. He's very confident in his skill, and he has a casual way of having a conversation. So as far as coaching or guiding, he's very open to that, trying to make his discussions with our prospects and customers more comfortable. So it's been a really good relationship. Like I said, we go back to 2023, and he feels like he's part of the team because of that openness. Pick up the phone, send an email, and then the reporting, just as we would require from any one of our team members. We started to see results just after about 3 or 4 weeks into our program. And we found that the appointments were really decent. We got a good schedule. We got a good outline of the prospect's interests. So we had a good understanding of the prospect we were dealing with right off the bat. We started to see real consistent results by the second month, and they just kept coming and coming at us with the good appointments. And there's a few that don't turn out correctly, but a client will not be able to make the appointment. But overall, it's been an excellent experience for us. And it exceeded our expectations, from when we started the program. So currently, coming into the spring of this year, we've closed over 160,000 of new opportunities with a full pipeline coming into the year. And since we began this process, we have quoted over $9 million in both service and roof replacement quotes since we began the program. So this year we're coming into, it's very early in the year, but we expect that number will continue to grow as it always has. So we've received a significant number of leads for service, leak repair, and roof replacements. It's helped to put a strong foundation underneath our service business, which eventually leads to roof replacement business. You earn it by serving the customer. But what got our team really excited is we closed some business. It's just started last year, where we took business from a competing roofer. They made some mistakes in their safety program, and we were brought in to one of the larger cabinet manufacturers in our area in Northeast Ohio. And we were able to do $170,000 in the first year in small repair projects. And this is a facility that is well over 700,000 square feet. So that's a great start. And we've lived in the area. We've always respected this large cabinet manufacturer and weren't able to crack into that account. And we attribute that straight to Matt and Arsenal team for bringing us into that account. That's a big deal. Our sales pipeline was relatively erratic. It was inconsistent because everybody had so many different jobs and no one really focused on cold call and appointment setting. So now we have that consistency that is coming in week after week, month after month, even through the off season in the winter. So it's very smooth, it's very consistent now that we have our contract well in place and going on now for a couple of years. Arsenal is absolutely a great value. We don't look at it as return on investment in the short term because our service business builds towards our replacement business. So you can't just measure it in 1 year or a quarter. And it's been really exceeding our expectations from the beginning. The benefit of bringing Arsenal into our team is that we don't have to make commitments on hiring people that we don't know their track record, their results, and delivering revenue really quickly. There's some risk involved today when you bring people into the mix. If it's not perfect compatibility, you have a lot of investment in both training and dollars before you know if someone delivers. But we don't have that concern when we work with Arsenal. They deliver, like I said, in a month they're up and running. When I compare Arsenal against the competition, one thing that comes out right away is the consistency and the longevity we have with our representative. Other companies will turn people over somewhat, and it's a little bit uncomfortable on our side because now you have to bring someone back up to speed. You have to get that communication, that rapport. But we've had the same person since the beginning, and it just keeps getting better. That's one big difference. And when you have a consistent person, they understand your company and your prospects, and there's a comfort level that just helps you accelerate, the growth and the appointment setting very quickly. One of the things that I like about Arsenal is that they are always looking for ways for improvement. And one of the areas we're looking at now is how can we better communicate from our current CRM system into their system so that we can track where the prospects are in the sales cycle. We're literally running two different systems. And the fact that they brought that to us, ask for our help, let's arrive at a solution together, that indicates a real partnership. And that's hard to find when you're going to someone that you're contracting some work outside your company. Our expectations for lead development are multiple leads a week. A couple of leads a week is consistent. When you look at it a month, we can rely on the fact that we're going to get 3 to 6 leads a month, during the peak season. We even get leads in the middle of winter, which is tough to do. But we can always depend that our expectation that we get a report and an update on a weekly basis and a Friday summary of the key jobs. I mean, it's a very good professional sales report. It's concise and clear, and it shows you what the highlights that you need to focus on for the future in the next week. We've achieved some short-term goals with Arsenal. Specifically, we significantly increased our service business. That's the foundation of future leads. That helps us get on a customer's roof and start to build a rapport, personal relationship. So that has helped us in our consistency there and has helped us expand our service division. Significant revenues coming into that area. When you have that foundation, then you can make hiring decisions about future team members because you got that foundation built. Recently, in conjunction with Arsenal, we've sat down and looked at some long-term goals. And our biggest strategic goal right now is to focus on improving our closing ratio. We're reviewing our book of business and saying we've got a significant number of clients in our database right now. How can we focus on generating more business with them and increasing our closing ratio? In other words, winning more roof replacement bids than we are currently winning. And we're looking at that as strategic improvement here in this calendar year. For us, the future looks like adding a position of a service manager to oversee our roof technicians because growth is pretty consistent. And then in the next 5 years, we would anticipate at least hiring 2 or 3 new sales reps to be out in the field tracking down these leads. Of course, to do that, we'd have to expand our relationship and partnership with Arsenal, but we've laid a foundation of partnership that allows us to look at those long-term plans where in the past we were just hoping to get by till the next spring, the next season, but now we're looking out farther than that and with long-term goals. I would absolutely recommend this team, all the team members that we've been involved with, from the management staff to our particular rep. We're looking at growing, and definitely we would recommend them to others, and we're going to grow with them ourselves. You've got to have that dialogue. It's tough to do those weekly check-ins and those monthly and quarterly meetings, but you've got to push to do that. That'll build rapport quickly, and it'll help you build. At the beginning, we were so busy, we didn't do a good job of keeping up with that. We were falling down on our part of the partnership. And evidence is the more we got engaged, the more we work with our team and their team, it helped us grow, and we got through that. To sum things up, we really appreciate the effort that Matt Bohnrake has done for us. Evan Wolf, in his position as management, he's always there for us. He responds all the time. And together, those two have really made us feel comfortable and confident that we made the right choice several years ago. And right now, we're building our company based on what Arsenal can deliver for us.